You're watching appchasers.com, and this is part 2 in our series of videos in which we're taking a look at the JW Library app. Here it is here on the iTunes App Store, so you can find it, and this is what it's going to look like. And we've already downloaded it, so let's get right into this review. We'll go ahead and hit the open button there, and this opens up the app. In our first video, we showed you how to use the basic features of the JW Library app. So you might want to watch that if you haven't already, just to get a general overview of how the JW Library app is laid out here. We already looked at the Bible tab here at the bottom of the screen, but in this video we're going to show you some of the publications that can be downloaded. So what I've done just there is tapped on the Publications tab there at the bottom of the screen. Now on the left-hand side of the screen we see different categories of publications that are available to download, and we can look at these by type, or we can swipe to the left and we'll scroll over here to the What's New section where we'll see all the latest downloadable content, and then we can swipe to the left again and see what we've already downloaded. So let's swipe back here. You can also change these different views here by just tapping on by type, what's new, or downloaded. So we'll go back to by type, and we've got our different categories again here on the left hand side. So right now we're looking at the books category. You can see we've got benefit from Theocratic Ministry School Education, we've got our song book, we've got the Bible Teach book, number of different books that we've already downloaded here. Let's go into the brochures and booklets. This shows us some available brochures that we can view here. And as we're looking at these different publications, you'll notice that some of them will show this little cloud icon. For example, in Teach Your Children, we've got a cloud icon and then it says 4 megabytes underneath it. Or where it says your family can be happy here, we've got a 2 megabyte download. So that cloud icon shows us, indicates basically publications that have not been downloaded yet but are available. And then right here in our Good News from God, we don't have that cloud icon, meaning that we've already downloaded the publication. So we can tap on it and we can read the Good News from God brochure right here. So we've got that open here, and we're right here on Lesson 3, Is the Good News Really from God? And as we're scrolling through and reading any one of our publications, of course, it's going to have scriptural references within the publication. Tapping on one of those references, for example, Joshua 23:14, will bring up that scripture for us to read in the right-hand column here on our screen. So that's a nice feature to be able to quickly reference different Bible translations showing that scripture. So we can do that with any one of the scriptures. I just tapped on Isaiah 42:9 there. So that's in the right-hand column. Now, if we ever want to remove that column, we can simply toggle it off, and it gives us a little bit bigger view of our publication here. But if we tap on one of the scriptures again, it'll bring that column back in view. So it's a nice feature here when we're reading our publications to be able to go through here and read the scriptures right along with the publication. So I'm going to go back out of the Good News publication there, and we're back into our main publications view. Now let's go into our Bible Teach book, and I'll show you another cool feature. As we get into this publication, we can tap on any one of the chapters, doesn't matter. And as we're in this, of course, we showed you how to use the scriptures here to the right, just by tapping on a scripture. But we can also search within the publication that we're currently viewing. So let's tap on our search button, this magnifying glass in the upper right. And this time let's search for a phrase that we know is covered in the publication that we're viewing, but we're not sure exactly which chapter it's in. So let's type in, for example, we've got hellfire here. That's one that I already did a search for. So let's tap on that again. And now it's going to show us search results right from within this publication that we're using, the Bible Teach book. So the only reference that we have here is on chapter 15, Worship That God Approves. If we tap on that, it brings us right to the reference of hellfire. So if we're going over that with a Bible student, we can, maybe they raise a question during the study, we can quickly skip over to that section of the book and show them where they can find the answer. So that's a neat way to use the search feature within an exact publication that we're viewing. Let's do that with the Benefit from Theocratic Ministry School Education book. So we've got it open here on the table of contents, but we can go into search, and I want to search for the section that talks about an extra reading class that may be offered in the congregation. So I've got a reading class. I'll just type that in here. Yeah, reading class, and tap on that. And here we go. We've got it right in our guidelines for school overseers. That brings up our special reading class. So any publication that you're currently viewing, you can use this magnifying search feature to find a phrase. So it's a cool way that you can search for that phrase that you know is in the publication, but you're just not sure exactly where it is. I just backed right out here to the main view in our Publications tab. And while we're talking about search features, I want to show you one more here that we actually went through in our overview video, but I'll show you again here with regard to when we're studying publications. For example, if we're studying for the Congregation Bible Study, for example, out of the Draw Close to Jehovah book, we'll go down here into chapter 19. Now, as we're reading and studying for the meeting, let's say we're on chapter 13, or excuse me, paragraph 13 here, where it's talking about Jesus being a priest according to the manner of Melchizedek. Now, what if we want to do some extra research on Melchizedek? All we need to do is select the word there. What I did was just tap and hold on the word, and we can tap on our topics menu here. This is going to bring up different topics related to Melchizedek. So if we tap on that, it's going to bring up our insight book with Melchizedek as a subject. So it's a neat way to do additional research while we're studying for one of the meetings. So I'm going to back out here to our main publications view. We'll go through these categories. We've got tracks that we can download, and we've got audio programs and videos. Now these here have additional subcategories underneath. So if we tap on audio programs, it's going to bring up these subcategories. Sing to Jehovah, the new songs that we can download. Let's do that right now. We've got song number 136, The Kingdom is in Place, Let It Come. None of these have been downloaded yet. That's why they have that cloud icon. We'll tap on this, and it's going to quickly download the song, and now we can play it. So there we've got our song playing right there. We'll stop that. So there we are. We've got great categories here that we can see the different publications, audio publications, and download them. Now, where did the videos go? Well, they've disappeared from this view, but if we tap on the publications category again, everything will appear. So we've got our videos here. We can go in there. And this is really great. We've got so many videos and content here that we can download. Programs and events. We've got Bethel comments here, morning worship comments. We'll go back to videos. We've got from our studio, we've got the monthly programs from 2014 ready to go. We've got our 2015 monthly program from January. Now, with these larger video files as compared to the audio files, when we tap on one of them to download, since they're so large, it wants us to select what resolution we actually want to download. That means the quality of the video. Of course, the better the quality, the larger the size of the video is going to be downloaded into this JW Library app. So it's going to take up more space on our iPad or our iPhone, depending on which quality we select. So the first one here is 240. That would be fine for viewing on the iPad. It's going to take up 202 megabytes on our iPad. We can go all the way up to 720p, which is high definition, which would be great to use if we're mirroring this video on a TV, perhaps through an HDMI cable or through AirPlay to an Apple TV device. So you can select which size video you'd like there. So let's go into talks. We can look at different talks here, news reports, and we'll tap on videos again to get back into these different categories. We've got, of course, our children, become Jehovah's friend. Let's download one of these. Let's go into maybe obey your parents. And it says it's going to be 19 megabyte at its smallest resolution. So we'll do that one. We'll see how it looks here. We've got our download indication right there at the bottom. Okay, it's done downloading, and now we can play it and watch the video. So there we go. So you can see the quality is a little bit jagged here, but that'll just depend again on the resolution that we select. Of course, we've got whiteboard animations, we've got full-length movies. That's under the children's category again. But if we go into our movies under the main category of videos, then we've got all of the different videos that we're familiar with, maybe we have watched for years on DVD. All of those now available in the JW Library app. So those are some of the different publications that we can download here within the app. We can also look at these downloadable videos and publications in our What's New tab here at the top left. So this is going to sort the videos and publications by the most recent at the top. So we can quickly see which publications or releases are available that we might not have seen yet. So that's a cool way to view all the downloadable content. Then we've got downloaded here. Now that's on the left hand side, but to the right of what's new. Now this is going to show us all of the publications that we have downloaded to our iPhone or iPad within the JW Library app. Now why is that helpful? Well, it's a good place to be able to quickly reference back to publications that we frequently use. In fact, at the upper right-hand corner, we've got frequently used, and that's the sort order that it's showing these publications in. But it's a great way, too, to see what's taking up space within the JW Library app. Maybe we've got some videos in here that are taking up too much space and preventing us from downloading additional content. So let's see if we can sort by the size of our publications. Well, just tap on frequently used there, and we've got largest sized publications. So right now our Insight on the Scriptures publication is taking up the most there. So again, that's a cool way to be able to sort by rarely used, frequently used, or the largest size here in our publications. So if we want to remove one of these publications, we can always do that by tapping on the upper right where it says select. We can select different publications right here, and then on the upper left we've got our trash can icon. We'll hit trash and delete for publications, say yes, and it's going to remove them from that view. However, we can always download them again. So you can see the Insight on the Scriptures is still available here to download. So it's no problem if we ever accidentally delete a video or one of the publications, we can always get it back. So that's an overview of how to use the publications here in the JW Library app. So it's very neat to use this downloadable content, and we can't wait to see what more is added as more publications are made available to help us in our understanding of the Scriptures. This has been appchasers.com.